this is Zoe, and welcome back to Mav and Zoe Gaming.
A portrait in our common room wants to talk to you. It's Eldritch Diggory. He used to be the Minister for Magic, I think.
Today, we're going to meet Eldritch Diggory for a very special adventure. Eldritch Diggory was a Hufflepuff and the Minister for Magic from 1733 to 1747. He had established a committee to explore alternatives to Dementors as guards in Azkaban. Let's find out what he has to say to me.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. So few students know who I am these days. Eldritch Diggory.
Hey, Eldritch.
Former Minister for Magic and founder of the Aura recruitment program at your service. I believe you can help solve a decades-old murder, thanks to that book you found, and, in particular, its missing pages.
How do you know about the book and the pages?
We portraits hear more than you might suspect, and most of us can keep a secret.
Interesting.
So, what say you? Surely a Hufflepuff such as yourself would be inclined to help seek long overdue justice.
Justice must be served.
I'll do whatever I can.
Wonderful. I am pleased to have been right about you. My great-niece, Helen Thistlewood, can provide you with details.
All right.
She's retired now, but was a skilled aura in her day. And the unsolved murder of which I speak was her case. I often visit my portrait in her home, in the nearby hamlet of Upper Hogsfield. Shall I tell her to expect you?
But I would like to know more.
How could a few pages of a book help her solve an old case?
A boy disappeared with those pages, but they never found the body. A girl was convicted of his murder nonetheless. It seems those pages could exonerate her somehow. My great-niece can tell you more.
Okay.
Can you tell me more about your great-niece?
Cream of the crop when it comes to auras. A star pupil here, and then an exemplary servant to the ministry. And her spark hasn't diminished one bit in her retirement. She and I often chat about old cases and our glory days. No offense, but it's nice to get away from the students and converse with someone who's familiar with my legacy.
I would love to hear some stories from you, Mr. Diggory.
When were you the Minister for Magic?
Over 100 years ago. 1733 to 1747, to be precise. The stories I could tell you. Didn't have the chance to do all that I could. I was in the midst of reforming Azkaban when my life was cut short by dragon pox. I was sneezing sparks to the bitter end.
I shall go and see her right away.
Brilliant. With what I suspect is your knack for hard work and her keen mind, both mysteries may be solved sooner than you think. I shall see you there, soon I hope. Here you are. I'm pleased to see you took my advice.
We are at Helen's place right now. Helen is talking about her adventures and journey as an aura. I think I might want to be an aura after I pass Hogwarts. Cedric Diggory and his father, Amos Diggory, most probably were descendants of Eldritch Diggory. Isn't that fascinating? You know, these are ruminations of retirement, whether you made the right decisions. And sometimes, what if you locked away the wrong person in Azkaban, you know? She says it's possible, but she's also wondering if it's an acceptable risk when it comes to preserving the well-being of the wizarding world at large. I think it's a very grey area. She looks very keen to revisit her past and correct some mistakes. The Autobiography of an Aura by Helen Thistlewood. Let's talk to Helen finally.
Madam Thistlewood, I met your great-uncle in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldritch believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an aura.
Very well, I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black.
Black?
Jealous of Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the book I found in the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be believed, yes.
Makes sense.
At least that's what the portraits at Hogwarts suspect. Anne insisted that Jackdaw had asked her to follow the map with him, but only after she solved a series of puzzles he'd prepared. Odd way to woo a girl. She swears she never even solved the first puzzle, so they didn't meet. Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe Anne may have solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust. And she trusts no one.
I understand that
If you,
completely.
a student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
Certain pureblood families hold it over other people who are muggle-born. So it is but natural that Apollonia would be prejudiced against Anne.
What a horrible story. Well, if you think I can help, I'll come with you.
This is wonderful news. You are to be commended for your kindness and bravery. Fortunately, being a retired Auror has its benefits. We can apparate right to her. I've escorted ministers, professors, and many others to that blasted place.
My first
Never a
apparition!
student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
Can you tell me more about Apollonia Black?
Wretched, vindictive girl, that one. Apollonia claimed that Anne threatened to kill the boy after he broke her heart. The Black family's power over certain people in the Ministry, along with the fact that Anne is Muggle-born, sealed her
Oh dear,
fate.
imagine if she was in fact innocent and was sent to Azkaban.
I'd like to know more about Anne.
That poor soul never was the brightest girl, and that lack of wit proved to be her undoing.
I half suspect Jackdaw and Apollonia were merely toying with her. Who could have known he'd end up dead?
She's not held up well in Azkaban. In some ways, she blames me for not proving her innocence. I'd like to clear her name if we can.
I can't wait to go to Azkaban as well.
You said Jackdaw's ghost appeared briefly, then vanished. Where do you think he went?
I have no idea. Evidently, he was always a bit restless, going on and on about adventure. If I had to guess, he tired of Scotland and is somewhere on the other side of the globe by now.
As a gamer, as a Potterhead, I've been waiting to visit that place.
Very well, let's go.
Steady yourself. We'll apparate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care now, and tread lightly in that horrible place.
Okay, Elrich.
We'll be there in but a moment.
Oh, we're gonna apparate now. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Can I do the Patronus charm now?
Expecto Patronum!
Helen can do a corporeal Patronus.
That ought to keep them at bay for now. Though, be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
I understand.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. Now follow me. This isn't a place for loitering.
Oh, I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban for myself.
Nasty Dementors. Not even I could convince the Ministry to send them off. There's no need for such monsters.
She's been here a lot longer than the rest of us.
Looks ghastly, to be honest.
If I had my wand, I'd cast Crucio on the lot of you!
You don't scare me, young cur. I teach you so little of what you should know at Hogwarts.
Most prisoners go absolutely insane or they die the most horrifying death. This is no way to serve justice.
That witch you're with has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
I wonder what has happened to Anne.
Someone come to feed me!
Oh dear, that's Anne. This is horrifying.
Is someone there?
No one at school's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Are you Anne?
Who's there? Who speaks to me? Is that death finally come for me?
I'm a student from Hogwarts. I found the book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book! No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in Upper Hoggyfield.
Are you saying that the missing pages are in a cave near Upper Hogsfield?
Hogsfield! Ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault in some ruins near Upper Hogsfield. I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look. Go find the pages from your book. Helen, know you're here. Come in closer, be a dear.
I don't think she means well for Helen.
What is it, Anne?
Oh dear. Whew, is she alright?
You're hurt.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
Alright, I think we are in Upper Hogsfield.
But Madame Thistlewood, all right, I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave.
So this cave has the pages of the book that I found under the restricted section of the library.
Revelio. This must be the place Anne told me about. No one's been here for ages.
Looks like there's a puzzle to solve. Here.
Oh, that's done something.
Here.
You couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw. Now, where's the clue?
My dearest Anne, well done, you solved my puzzle. So Jackdaw has been expecting Anne to solve this. They were going to set off on an adventure together.
A note from Jackdaw. Anne never found it.
Poor Anne rotting in Azkaban.
So how did he die? Was she to blame at all?
That is a bigger question. How did Jackdaw die?
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw, at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw?
Ghost of Richard
I heard you
Jackdaw.
disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired Auror, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves, and then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her.
He doesn't know that she's in Azkaban.
Probably best for her in the end. Dare I ask? How is she?
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. I fear the Dementors have taken an irreversible toll on her.
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. I thought she'd written me off. I've been traveling the world for years to mend my broken
I
heart.
think you should have checked on Anne.
I came back here only recently.
I'm mad at him right
On a whim. I must speak to the Auror you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to be mouldering away with the rest of me. Tell you what, meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you precisely where to find them.
So we're going back to the Forbidden Forest.
If you don't mind my asking, how did you
Yes,
lose
how
your
did
head?
you?
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze, after which I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do find yourself in a cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
A light breeze that beheads you?
Helen mentioned Apollonia Black. Did she set up Anne to take the fall?
Have you never met any members of the Black family? They can be rather vindictive.
Oh, I swear.
Once Anne showed an interest in me, Apollonia couldn't let it alone. That her own heart had grown cold simply didn't matter.
Apollonia liked Richard as well.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves? A poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor, whatever's likely to cause the most chaos. Found them on the floor outside the library where he discarded them. Not my luckiest find, all things considered.
Thank you. I need to find those pages to help a friend.
I shall see you there.
We are in the Forbidden Forest.
The waterfall. For a thief, Jackdaw's surprisingly as good as his word. Something oddly solemn about this place. Such regal creatures, stags.
This definitely looks like a scene from Harry Potter. This is very mysterious. Fireflies.
There it is, just as Jackdaw described. Intramuros.
This is the cave where Jackdaw died.
Aren't you a little far from home?
Ranrock knew you'd eventually lead us to whatever it is you're hiding.
These are Ranrock's goblin warriors?
No risk those loyalists will report back to Ranrock now. Let's see where Jackdaw has led me.
How did they find me? Just entered Jackdaw's tomb.
I wonder how big this place is.
Quite big from the looks of it.
Revelio.
Ancient runes, ancient puzzles.
These runes must have something to do with opening this door. I can shoot the symbol, but it doesn't stay lit for long. I need to light all three before they time out on me. That must be where this all leads.
Is that a bridge we're creating?
Someone didn't want casual visitors down here. I wonder if any of my spells will help me through this.
I mean, of course, how can you be in the Forbidden Forest and
going
not
to
be attacked by spiders? Right, Ron?
If I could summon that exactly get on it?
More puzzles.
Incendio! Accio! Revelio.
That was spectacular.
Revelio. It's a good thing Jackdaw didn't fall down there. Accio! There it is. The bridge. It's almost complete. Revelio. More spiders. These can't be what the head of the Jackdaw.
The spider is stopping me today. Spiders killed Jackdaw? I don't think so. That would have been painful and stinging. We only remembered a light breeze.
Farewell, monster. I can only imagine how these spiders have multiplied since Jackdaw came this way.
Whoa, uncovering treasures, secret paths, magical bridges. I feel like I'm in a dangerous fairy tale.
I must be getting closer to Jackdaw's remains. And those pages.
Watch out for the light breeze. More sentries.
We meet again, Richard Jackdaw. Thank you for keeping these pages safe all these years. Here it is. The map that brought your doom, Jackdaw. Is there something beyond this room?
Time to prove myself again. I think this is what killed Jackdaw. The swing of the axe, the light breeze, and off with his head.
That's unnerving. What's happening?
Full of ancient magic again.
I've seen this before. In Gringotts and the restricted section. Revelio.
I've entered another doorway.
Where am I?
No wonder no one has solved these since Rackham.
Oh no. The room's starting to flood. How am I being protected? What sort of magic is this?
Oh no, is that like a full body bubblehead charm?
I can only hope this magic protects me until I'm able to make my way out of here. What is this place? Revelio.
What is this place? Rackham!
Can it be?
This does remind me of the Chamber of Secrets a bit. Hidden chamber with ancient magic that can unlock it.
It's you.
Has someone finally found our map chamber?
I recognize you from the Pensives. You're Professor Rackham.
I am indeed. I must confess that I am surprised to see someone so young standing before me.
I'm the same age that you and Isadora Morganach were when you started at Hogwarts.
You've paid attention.
Thank you.
And might I presume you share our ability?
Yes.
To see traces of ancient magic. Yes, sir, I do.
As you have likely realized by now, our ability gives us a unique relationship with all forms of magic. We can access expressions of magic that few others can. Opportunities will arise that allow you to sharpen this rare talent. Do not squander them.
I won't, Professor. Thank you.
We have much to discuss. But first, a map found in a certain book led you here. Place the book on the pedestal.
I don't have the book with me, sir.
That is unfortunate. I'm afraid we must pause our conversation until you return with the book.
Why is this called the map chamber?
I'm a bit confused, sir. Why is this room called the map chamber?
I assure you that all will be clear once the book has been placed on the pedestal.
Are you a seer who can see the future?
The statues and carvings in the house on the cliffside. Those are of you. Are you a seer?
I am.
Did you know that I would be here?
I cannot say more at present, except to say that your presence here does not entirely surprise me.
Very cryptic.
Very well. I'll retrieve the book right away.
Good. We shall speak again once the book is in place.
Time to find Fig and see what the book can unlock.
I found the pages and the map chamber. Why would I need the book? Revelio.
Handy resource indeed.
So you can travel in and out of the map chamber in Flue Flames. Another secret chamber under Hogwarts.
I'm back at Hogwarts? I wonder when Professor Fig will be back. I did promise him I wouldn't neglect my studies while he was away. Suppose I have enough to distract myself with till he returns with the book.
That's all, folks. Let's finish up some classes in the next video while we wait for Fig. Stay tuned.